since we have
a bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time. It's clear to see from up here. The world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
I just wanted to sit down and do a quick video about stimming and what exactly stimming is, and maybe to help people understand it better. I think it's really something that parents struggle with more than our kids do, parents of autistic children, because that's what makes people stare. That's what makes people stare. It's the stimming. So what is stimming? It stands for self-stimulatory behavior, such as things like hand flapping.
down, please. I'm gonna make you something. You're not having those. No, they're not yours. They're for Drayden's school.
Rocking, spinning, repetition of words and phrases, pacing and circling. Our son definitely does the last four, the repetition of words and phrases, the pacing and the circling. He does hand spinning.
1 second. Whoa, you know how high the camera is.
Tell me when it gets to 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
But he's also usually talking about things that are spinning. So it's kind of like it's a stem and it's talking with his hands, I think. But why do people stim? Who stims? Everybody stims, but first of all, everybody stims. It's just that people who are neurotypical do it in less obvious ways. Tapping a pencil on the desk, biting your nails, curling your hair around your finger, tapping your toes, wiggling your foot. These are all things that kind of soothe you or take your anxiety out or whatever it is. And sometimes you don't even realize you're doing it. Well, it's the same thing is true for people with autism or ADHD or a lot of other neurological conditions. They stim. And there's nothing wrong with stimming unless they're hurting themselves or someone else. It should not be stopped. Because it is a way to soothe themselves. It helps them to manage anxiety, fear, anger, excitement, anticipation, and other strong emotions.
Do it.
Simply saying that stimming is helpful. It's not harmful. It may be annoying to other people and it may get people staring at you or your child, but it's not hurting anybody. It's actually helping them. And it should not be stopped. So the biggest difference between autistic and neurotypical stimming is the quantity, the type, and the obviousness of the behavior.
Yeah.
I zoomed out for that thingy.
Because neurotypical people have been taught, we know that it's not okay to do these things, that it's not normal. It will draw attention to ourselves. It will cause us to be bullied or teased for whatever the reasons. We don't do it, or we catch ourselves and stop ourselves. People with a neurological disorder like autism, or a lot of other neurological disorders, they don't have that part that says, hey, people are staring at me right now. And is that really so bad? I mean, wouldn't you really like to not care what people thought?
You just have to walk in a different state of work. That's all you have.
Take 5. There's enough judgment in this world. I'm not going to be part of the reason that my kids feel bad about themselves. There are a million things every day that we have to force our kids to do. And no one likes to do those things. But for someone with autism, those things are more than difficult or hard or uncomfortable. They can be very, very hard, and they have to do that every day. So if they need to flap their hands or rock back and forth or pace or ask you the same thing, say the same thing, give you the same fact over and over again for 15 minutes, half hour, hour. Sometimes you just have to let them stim. Unless they're causing harm to themselves or someone else. Unless they're physically hurting themselves or someone else or something else. Just let them stim. So I've included a few toys that I have used, have had, or would like to have. I think all but one of them are things that I have actually seen firsthand. And that one I have seen something similar, just not that exact thing. Hi guys, I'm back with the second half of my stimming video, and I just want to say that yes, we should let our kids stim as much as we can. That said, there's a time and a place where it's just not possible, where it's distracting to them or way too distracting for others, and if it's possible to redirect them without upsetting them, sometimes that's what we can do to try and appease society, and to make it so that trips are not quite so stressful for anyone. So I've made a list of just 10 random things that I found on Amazon that I think could help with stimming, could help a kid to maybe not vocally stim or to not do some of the other stimming as much. And if anyone has tried some of these, there's a couple I think I've seen, but most of them are things I would like to try. So if anyone has tried them, I would love your input on it. So the first one I have is
sometimes you need to go and take a step back